Welcome back, everyone. Today we're diving into a powerful hybrid setup for Hilda that blends damage and durability into one deadly package. This build is crafted to bring out the strongest version of Hilda, someone who can burst down targets, chase with confidence, and still survive long, scrappy fights. Instead of choosing between pure offense or full tank, this hybrid path gives her explosive early pressure, solid mid-game control, and a late-game presence that constantly forces enemies to respect her. Whether she's diving the backline, peeling for her team, or leading the frontline charge, this setup lets Hilda stay threatening from the first minute to the last. If you're enjoying the content, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below telling me what you think about this hybrid Hilda build. Starting with the mobility core of the setup, Rapid Boots instantly gives Hilda that explosive map presence she needs in the early game, especially after the recent patch made her much faster and more fluid in chasing targets. The item provides plus 65 movement speed, plus 35% slow reduction, and plus 12 HP regen, which already helps her rotate from lane to lane, chase down enemies, and reset quickly between fights. But its real flavor comes from the unique passive Side Effect, which makes Hilda lose 20 movement speed for 5 seconds upon dealing or taking damage. At first glance, this might look like a drawback, but on Hilda it actually works incredibly well because she doesn't rely on long weaving movements after the first hit. She only needs that huge burst of speed to enter combat, trigger her passive, and start punching through the enemy line. After she lands her first enhanced basic attack from the bush, the slight movement speed drop barely matters because the target is already slowed and she's already inside the brawl. Rapid Boots makes her early roaming, EXP rotations, and jungle invasions feel sharp, letting her convert pressure into kills or force enemies out of lane. And once she combines this movement with her new Skill 1 shield and speed boost, Rapid Boots amplifies her ability to dictate the pace of fights, making her feel unstoppable when she enters combat with full momentum. Then comes Blade of the Heptases, a perfect hybrid bruiser tool for a hero like Hilda who thrives on burst damage during her engage. It provides plus 70 physical attack, plus 250 HP, and a unique attribute of plus 15 physical penetration, immediately giving her a balance of damage and durability. But the real magic is the unique passive Ambush, which activates if Hilda hasn't taken or dealt damage for 5 seconds, excluding minions and creeps, causing the next basic attack to deal an additional 160 plus 40% total physical attack, physical damage, and slow the enemy by 40% for 1.5 seconds. This pairs perfectly with her new passive that enhances her basic attack whenever she enters a bush. Now she doesn't just hit hard, she hits with 2 layered passives at once. One enhanced hit from the bush and one empowered hit from Heptases creates a massive burst that instantly pressures any squishy opponent and even chunks tanks early on. The 40% slow combined with her passive's 40% slow creates insane chase potential, turning Hilda into a terrifying early duelist who can force flickers, steal jungle camps, or dominate the EXP lane. The extra HP also gives her better sustain during extended brawls, and the penetration helps her scale into mid and late game without losing damage. This item alone makes her early skirmishes feel unfair, because every time she pops out of a bush or walks up with skill 1 speed, she's guaranteed a massive first hit advantage that often decides the entire fight before it even begins. Then comes Dominance Ice, is where Hilda truly transforms into a frontline menace. This item provides plus 40 physical defense, plus 40 magic defense, and plus 5% movement speed, giving her balanced survivability against all types of damage. The 2 passives add even more value. The unique passive Fortress Shield increases her physical and magic defense by 8 for each enemy hero within 5 units, stacking up to 40, meaning she gets tankier the deeper she goes into the fight, exactly where Hilda wants to be. This makes her feel thicker and sturdier with every step closer to the enemy backline. Then there's unique passive Life Bane, which reduces the shield and HP regen effects of any attacker who deals damage to her to 60% of normal for 1 second. This is massive against heroes like Uranus, Esmeralda, Hylos, Fredrin, Ruby, or even marksmen with lifesteal. Every time enemies try to burst her, they cripple their own sustain, giving Hilda the upper hand in extended trades. With her new shield from skill 1 and the extra tankiness from this item, she absorbs more damage than before while making the enemy's sustain much weaker. Dominance Ice allows her to walk into team fights with confidence, slow enemies' recovery, and hold the front line long enough for her team to follow up. It perfectly aligns with her new patch identity, a fast, bruising, durable engager who can start fights and survive the entire duration.
Malefic Roar adds a destructive layer to her build, turning Hilda into a tank shredder capable of slicing through high defense enemies. It offers plus 60 physical attack, but its value skyrockets because of its penetration passives. The unique passive, Armor Buster, increases her physical penetration by 30%, immediately boosting her damage against tanks, fighters, and even defensive roamers. On top of that, the unique passive, Breaker, grants her 0.1% extra physical penetration for each point of the enemy's physical defense, up to 30% additional penetration. Combining both passives gives Hilda up to 60% physical penetration, making her enhanced basic attacks and Heptasi's Burst hit extremely hard even in late game. This is especially deadly when her passive's Enhanced Hit and Heptasi's Ambush activate together because all that bonus damage cuts straight through their armor. As the game goes longer and tanks stack items like Immortality, Anti-Cuirass, or Blade Armor, Malefic Roar ensures Hilda stays relevant and can delete HP bars regardless of how tanky the enemy becomes. It makes her a direct threat not just to squishies, but to anyone trying to face her head-on. Combined with her chasing ability from the patch, this item allows her to punish repositioning errors and melt frontliners in prolonged fights.
Oracle steps in as her major sustain amplifier, making her shields, regen, and durability skyrocket. It grants plus 850 HP, plus 20 physical defense, plus 20 magic defense, and plus 10% cooldown reduction, giving Hilda a balanced defensive boost with added HP and more frequent skill usage. The real game changer is the unique passive, Bless, which increases all received shield and HP regen effects by 30%. This synergizes perfectly with her new skill 1 shield, multiplying its strength and allowing Hilda to tank significantly more damage when diving into the enemy team. It also boosts her natural out-of-combat regen from her passive in previous seasons and helps her survive poke damage before fights even start. When combined with Guardian Helmet later in the build, Oracle amplifies her regeneration to ridiculous levels, allowing her to recover quickly and re-enter battles without needing to recall. In team fights, this item keeps her alive while she stays deep inside enemy territory, constantly applying slows and pressure. Because of her new faster combos and smoother mechanics, being able to repeatedly use her skills with cooldown reduction makes her rotations faster and her teamfight uptime much stronger. Oracle turns her into a durable, self-sustaining bruiser who refuses to die and can re-engage multiple times in one ongoing teamfight. Guardian Helmet finishes the build with high durability and unmatched sustain in long matches. The item gives a massive plus 1800 HP and plus 20 HP regen, making Hilda extremely tanky straight out of the gate. But the passives are what elevate her into an endurance monster. The unique passive Recovery regenerates 2.5% of her total HP per second after 5 seconds out of combat, allowing her to return to full health extremely quickly after any skirmish. This means she can take risky fights, walk away with low HP, and come back moments later with nearly full health, maintaining constant pressure on lanes and objectives. The second ability, Unique Passive Defender, lets her recover 20 plus 0.3% total HP from any damage she takes above 500 in a single instance. This means she punishes burst heroes who try to nuke her. Instead of dying, she gets a chunk of health back, making her harder to kill the more damage enemies deal. Combined with Oracle's 30% boost to shields and regen, Guardian Helmet turns Hilda into a regenerating wall. She can tower dive, absorb massive hits, walk out with low HP, and regenerate like nothing happened. In prolonged teamfights, she becomes a frontline anchor who refuses to fall, constantly healing, constantly absorbing damage, and always ready to peel or reinitiate. This kind of sustain fits perfectly with her new patch identity, where she has better chase, better burst, and better frontlining capabilities. With this item, Hilda can take control of the map, push lanes without fear, invade jungles safely, and soak up damage that would instantly delete most heroes. Combined together, this full hybrid bruiser build
lets Hilda hit the perfect balance between deadly damage and unstoppable tankiness. Rapid Boots gives her roaming speed, Heptases gives her ambush burst, Dominance Ice gives her defensive power and anti-regen control, Malefic Roar makes her cut through tanks, Oracle multiplies her sustain and shield strength, and Guardian Helmet turns her into a regenerating monster who refuses to die. Each item contributes to a different part of her playstyle: early burst, mid-game control, chase potential, penetration for late-game fights, and sustain for long brawls. The synergy with her new buffs makes her feel complete, dangerous, and incredibly effective in both EXP lane and roaming roles. The build lets her start fights, end fights, and survive everything in between, giving her the perfect blend of bruiser strength and frontline survivability for the current meta.
Revitalize spell fits this hybrid Hilda build perfectly because it boosts everything the setup is already trying to do. Hilda's entire playstyle with this build revolves around diving in, soaking damage, chasing targets, and staying alive long enough to keep that pressure going. Revitalize amplifies all of that. When you pop Revitalize in the middle of a fight, the area it creates gives you and your teammates increased healing, which pairs insanely well with the sustain already coming from items like Oracle and Guardian Helmet. Oracle boosts all received shields and HP regen by 30%, and Revitalize counts toward that, so every tick of healing becomes even stronger. Guardian Helmet gives massive out-of-combat regeneration, and even restores HP when taking heavy damage, and Revitalize overlaps beautifully with that by helping you bounce back instantly in teamfights instead of waiting to heal afterward. This spell also gives Hilda incredible confidence to commit to trades. When you use Blade of the Heptases to burst and slow someone, Revitalize keeps you healthy enough to continue the chase instead of backing out. And when you're frontlining with Dominance Ice supplying anti-regen and defensive bonuses based on how many enemies are around, Revitalize lets you stay inside the mix much longer than opponents expect. It gives you that second wind in fights, turning situations where most fighters would die into moments where Hilda keeps swinging, keeps soaking, and keeps threatening the backline. It's even better in objective fights, Lord, Turtle, or Jungle invades, because you can activate it in those tight spaces where your team will always benefit from being inside the zone. Overall, Revitalize strengthens every part of the hybrid playstyle: more sustain for aggressive dives, more recovery during extended skirmishes, and more support for allies around you. It's simple, reliable, and makes Hilda feel almost unkillable when paired with the stats and passives of this build.
And if you made it all the way to the end, drop the word Hilda damage in the comments, so I know you stayed with me till the very end. I really appreciate your support. It means a lot. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments which hero you want to see me play next. Hit that notification bell too so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.